Right, guys, welcome to this next video where we are looking at naming variables, how to declare variables in our program. So in this first video, we want to see how to declare variable in our programs. But before that, we need to create our new project and head over to your terminal or your command prompt and type cargo new naming variables _variables. So navigate to the new project, which is naming, and open it in Visual Studio Code. Here's mine. Okay, so in our Rust program, we have the cargo and the source file. When we build, we get the binaries in the file there. So we want to look at how to name variables in Rust. And in the first statement, you can change this from hello world. Already see that. We want to talk about something very important in Rust, which is called mutable and immutable variables. Rust. So we are going to look at these two concepts. Mutable means anything that can be changed. It mutates. Then immutable, it can't change. And we want to say that in Rust, Rust variables by default are immutable. I need to write that maybe. In Rust, variables are immutable by default. Yes. So that means when you declare a variable, as you're going to see, it cannot be changed. And let's start straight away. How would we declare variables in Rust? We declare by using the let macro or the let keyword let name equal to John. And we can print, I have to print on the screen, the name John, the screen. We can put that text and we bring the variable that will supply the literal, which is name. Okay, so to run this, come to cargo, run, and we have our name as John. What do we mean by immutable? We cannot say that name equals to well, we can do this, but this should be another story. I shouldn't be bringing this right now. It will confuse you. We'll talk about that later. Shadowing and all those other concepts. But for now, we can also declare a variable at age. And age, we expect it to be a number. But we want to declare age as, let's first declare it as 25. And we'll see what happens. So we want to print age. We can say my age, inside there. My age is whatever is there. Age there. When we run this, we are getting 25. That is still okay. So we are declaring, that's how we declare variables in Rust. Now, these variables cannot change. In other words, any attempts to change this variable in a subsequent code will raise problems. We're going to see something close to that. Okay. let's say we want to say that age. I want to do this down. Yeah. Let's say that we want to say age equaling to 34. See what happens there. So we want to print age again and see what happens. Someone has aged. New age is that age. I don't know why I'm not. Yes. So we see that we are getting an error here. Cannot assign twice to immutable variable. So we can do this in other languages like Python. It won't complain at all. But we see here we are getting problem here that cannot assign age twice. So that's a big problem, and that means we have issue. So it is very clear you cannot reassign an immutable variable. But what happens if we want to reassign this variable? Very easy. Just make the variable mutable by using this mute keyword, bring it to age and make it immutable. And make it mutable. That means you can assign, you've made the variable mutable so it can change within the program. So clearing the terminal to run. See, our new age can now pass the 34. So that's mutability and immutability for you guys. And I need to talk about something that is very, very important also. If I declare a variable, let x equal to 120, let x equal to 120. Okay. Let me call it 120. And this is to emphasize what we've just talked about. So let n equal to 1. So we want to print that 1. And that is the n there. And then we want to make n equal to 2. And then print ln the new n. And then we want to print I'll give n a new value 3, and then we want to print that n. So let's guess what happens here, and I don't want you guys to get confused. Ooh, yeah. So we see it exactly. We didn't expect this to happen because this value is not mutable. You cannot change it. But what happens if we mute the variable? We make it mutable. We expect things to be fine. So we expect to see 1, 2, 3 on our screen. What did I do? Oh, I'm printing n. Oh, okay. I'll call this n. Sorry. Some people might say, "Oh, but you're printing something wrong." It's okay. We can do this again without mute. Still, we have issues. So, in order to achieve what we want, we have to make this mutable, and that's how we can expect that it will print from 1 to 3. And doing that, we are good. 1, 2, 3. Please pay attention that you're seeing this n is the same type. I mean, we're talking about integers. They are not decimals, no what. But what happens if we want to make this 1.4? Let's see what happens. Expected integer found floating point number. So this is type mismatch. This is what we call type mismatch in Rust. And Rust has what we call type consistency, that every type that comes from up here must continue throughout. So in order for you to go around this, you have to declare this as a floating point by putting a point on every number. So that means everything will be aligned to the same type. So that's it for you guys in this video, and don't forget to leave a like on this video or subscribe or leave a comment. See you in the next video. Bye bye.